Hey everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Air Hauler with me, MUHerd37. So in our last episode, we finished up our, the 737-700, and now we're going to move on over to the Lockheed L-1011 TirStar. I've got the L-1011 TirStar Pro version from Just Flight, so we're going to give that a try. It's an interesting plane. There's pros and cons on it, just like I guess everything, but I don't know. We'll take a look at it. This one's going to be Bozeman, Montana, over to Sioux Falls. Not too far, as you can see, like 600 some miles. It's a little bit longer when you put the sit in with it. So we'll get this loaded up. I think I've already loaded it up, actually. Let's see. Yeah, there it is. Got the Continental livery, by the way. I'll show it to you in just a second. All right, so we've got everything loaded. We've got fuel for 2,100 miles. As you can see, it's got a huge distance on it, about 6,000 miles or so. Let's go ahead and get this loaded up. I believe parking 19 is a cargo. That's what we want. And let's go ahead and move on over to the plane. Alright everybody, here we are in the cockpit. This is, by the way, third-party scenery. OrbX, Bozeman. And here is the plane. I really love it, man. I like the outside of it. The inside, the functionality, There's the old United layer. I said Continental, I meant United. Alright. Let's go in. Now, it's not started up, and I'm not going to take all the time to go through all the steps to start it up. However, there are checklists. I think you can use them to get started to start it up. I can't remember where there it is. Well, we're not going to go that route. I'm sure it takes a while. It is at least somewhat in depth, so we're going to go Control E. Hopefully it starts it up. I tried this earlier on another flight, and it wasn't. It was a very odd startup. I couldn't understand what the heck was going on. We want the anti-collision lights on. See, like, let's see if I can do this. So we'll turn the position on. See how those two say off, but then if you click some of these, they say on. So like they're off unless you click them. I don't know why everything can't be the same. That's probably not Just Flight's doing, but you know. And see, we had this clicking sound last time, and I have no idea why, what exactly that is. The way the parking brake is on. Let's go down to the FMC, or another way I've been doing it with this plane. Sometimes I just find it easier to just click that way. Even though I don't usually use those kind of things, I have been kind of using them. Now see, I can't tell. Alright, it is running. It's just annoying. I'm not sure exactly what the clicking sound is. It sounds like some of those clickings. You hit certain buttons and stuff. Let's see if the other two start up. I'm not sure if they will or not. I clicked that, and I didn't do it again. Alright. Hopefully the others go. I don't know. It doesn't appear so far that they are. I hit Control E again, and it shut engine 1 down. Let's see if we can do E2 Control E. Nope. I have no idea, man, how I got it started earlier. I kind of don't want to do anything until it shuts up, because it's kind of annoying. I don't know why the other two don't want to start. I don't know if it's because of fuel or what. I messed with it earlier. I don't like messing with this kind of stuff because it's very easy for me to screw this all up. But this is what I did last time. Now it stopped. It looks like engine 2 is coming on. So you can't really hear them though. You can kind of hear it spooling up now. And here we go again with that stupid sound. Sounds like it is coming up, though. Alright, the gauges are moving. Alright. I don't know why I should have to move stuff if you're just doing Control E, but whatever. We'll go over to Data and Flight Plans. I don't really like how you have to put flight plans in here, but I was actually trying one earlier, like I was saying, and I'm kind of glad it didn't work because I found out how to do it an easier way. But we'll go ahead and load that in this way. Alright, as for our runway, we'll be taking off on runway 12. I was trying to take off at San Francisco to Helena, Montana, and then we got out of memory errors within just a couple minutes of just sitting on the ground. So I think this thing is bad on frame rates. I've heard other people say it's bad on frame rates, so I wouldn't doubt it. Alright, activate, execute. This is not a full FMC. It doesn't have full functionality, as you'll see. I have a couple legs in there. As I said, we're taking off on runway 12. And then we're using the SID of Bob KT2, the transition at Billings. Execute that. And we'll be landing on runway 3, I do believe. Yes, runway 3. Execute on that. Check out the legs. We have to move one thing up. Alright, that's in. Alright, so let's go over it again. We'll go to this. We'll put 10 in the reserves for reserves. Cruise altitude, we're going to go to 35,000 feet. And that's literally like all the FMC will do. Like, there's not a whole lot that it'll do. So it's not the most helpful thing in the world at all. And of course, there's no nav screen, so you just got to make sure you get it right. And it's not going to take us right to the airport, by the way. As you'll see, the airport is not actually... It actually takes you near the airport, and then when you're near the airport, you basically got to take over and make your own approach. There is also the GPS over here. You'll notice that it does have GPS to nav as well, kind of like the default Cessna and some of the other planes, which I don't know if I like that or not in a big jet because it's so unrealistic. Although I'm not even sure if some of these planes actually even had an FMC. I know they had the INS. I'm not sure if any of these TriStars ever actually had an FMC. I'm not sure if they just put that in there for the heck of it. Just Flight did that or what. Alright, reset the altimeter. I'll show you some oddities about this. Now, not all of these switches are functional. I think some of them, even that are functional, don't really have so much of an effect. One of the things, you'll see how this indicated airspeed is going up by 1 each time. And it'll do that, and then sometimes when you come back, it'll move in like 10s and 20s. Why it just switches itself, I have no idea. By the way, our V2 speed, you can set... I'll find it here in a second, but our V2 speed should be 155, which seems a little slow, but that's approximate. So V2, I don't know. So I don't know exactly what the speed. I don't think this thing does it. I don't know. Does it do it on the weight, or do you have to set it yourself? I think you have to set it yourself, but just in case we don't, I'm going to set it. I can't remember what it originally said, but we'll set it there. Alright. But I'll leave this at 155. But it's just very, very odd. Heading seems to move normal. It just always does one. Hopefully that'll continue because that could be kind of maddening as well. That's another reason I think it's frame rate heavy. We have third-party scenery, but I've never had a problem around here, and you can see it getting jagged. Altitude, it usually moves at 100, but sometimes it'll move in hundreds. Sometimes it moves in thousands. It literally changes itself. I have no idea why. And that's annoying because you don't want to move by like 1,000 feet at a time. You need it to be more accurate. I don't understand that at all. But whatever. Let's see what else. Like I said, some of this stuff doesn't even actually work. I think most of it does, but some of it does not. This is just the engineers panel. Bring up 2D panels. This is our pushback, which we're going to push back a little bit. Oops. I'm going to go like 10 feet. It looked like we were pretty far back. We'll go 12 feet. And this is nose to the right. This takes your nose, and we'll go 90 degrees to the right because our runway is off to our right. I do believe. Yes, 12. We got to come back that way. Alright, so let's put this at 90. Alright, and click this to get them to move us. By the way, we do have a co-pilot. As you can see, it's just printing, saying stuff on text. Alright. So we'll go ahead and trim this thing. I do not know the exact trim. And you can see he said, clear to start your engine. We already started them. I don't know if we should have or not. I don't know. I haven't really used Control E on this plane, but a couple times. Usually I start through FSX when I've been flying it, and it is automatically started up for you. I don't know. I like the plane, and I don't like the plane. There's some weird things. Usually I seem to put a little bit too much trim with this plane. So I'm actually going to take a little bit out. Actually, the nose wants to pull up a lot. I've noticed before we actually reach our rotating speed. Yeah, we went back a little bit too far. We can actually stop it. Alright. Let's hit our taxi light. Alright, parking brake is now off. Let's taxi on over to the runway. Maybe it does not want to move. Do we only have one engine running? What in the world is going on? I'm at a loss. I'm at a total loss. I don't understand. Are we not supposed to have these on? These cross-feed valves? I do not know. What happens if we turn them off? Oh, no, engine 2 goes off. Put them back on. I mean, are we supposed to? I don't understand it. To be quite honest, I don't think any 3 of these have been on when I've flown this before. Let's hit Control E again. See if anything will start up. Oh, by the way, we need to hit that over in FMC. Alright, there's engine 1 coming up. What will 3 come up? Alright, it does look like 3 is starting up. I don't know. Did I need to hit that crossfeed valve? I don't know. Obviously, I don't know. Well, it looks like 1 and 2 are good to go. Come on. Alright, it looks like it started. It sounds like it's still spooling up. Alright, let's see if we can go over now. Only engine 2 again. Why are they... Oh, hell, they're separated. Why are they separated? What in the world? They're all separated now. They've all separated themselves for some reason. This hasn't happened before. Oh, jeez. Alright. No wonder we're having such a freaking problem. Alright, so if I hit E1, that's why when I hit E2 it did that. So E1 makes it go from the third. How do I do all? U0? There we go. Jeez, I hit E1 and it made it just use the first one. This is... Ah, jeez. Learned something new on that one. Usually when you hit E1 it just... If you hit E1, hit Control E, it'll just start the first one, stuff like that. Alright, plane, we gotta get it moving. Parking brake is off. Maybe it's just because we're on the grass. Pushed back too far. By the way, we'll be taking off flaps 10. You'll hear the co-pilot.
Flaps 4. Flaps 10.
Alright, let's... A little more thrust, get ourselves on the asphalt. I don't know if that's what's making it seem so slow or not. Never had it act like that, so I'm thinking it's the grass. Alright. Man, this thing is jagged. I think it really is heavy on frame rates. Because I have not had this problem at other airports at all. With other planes. And we must be extremely heavy. It feels like because the brakes don't even hardly want to stop it. Alright, so we gotta taxi on down that way. Yeah, she's moving a little better now that she's not in the grass. Come on, little girl. She's not taxiing like normal, I'll tell you that. Definitely feels like something strange about it. Like, it should not take this much thrust to get moving. Look at the jaggedness, my goodness. Alright. I'm really not enjoying this right now because this is very odd that it's taking thrust like this to get this thing moving. It should not be like this at all. And hasn't been like this at all. Look at it, it barely wants to move. And we do have all three engines started. So I really don't get what's going on. And now we've got another plane. Oh, thank God he's going that way. Thank God he's going that way. Yeah, the frame rate isn't good. I don't... 29.9, let's see. I don't know why the jaggedness, but other people have been complaining that it is rough on frame rates. I hadn't experienced it till today when I went to some third-party airports like this. San Fran was another one. Although it wasn't jagged there, it was just out of memory. We can actually go up here and turn on the anti-skid. Not that it's that important, but we use it. It's just really odd how this thing acts like it takes so much thrust to get it moving. I've never experienced that. We only have, see that jaggedness? We only have it filled to about a third on the fuel. We're full on the cargo, but fuel we're only at about a third. Stop. I think we've been here before. It seems like we flew the 747 here before. There's beautiful scenery, as you can see. I love airports with static aircraft. Man, I wish this guy was not in front of us. Man, I know he's probably taxiing at the proper speed, but I never do. We got to get all the way down there, and this guy's just slowing us down big time. Come on, guy. I'm trying to think. We got other stuff can probably set up. This is all of our autopilot stuff. Auto throttles right here. You have your flight director sync. I'm not sure exactly what to do with that. This is basically autopilot on and off. I've got more autopilot here, like the localizer approach. Stuff like that. You've got vertical speed, indicated airspeed, Mach. I'm not sure can't remember exactly what that one is. Actually, I believe that is indicated airspeed. This is altitude. I'm not sure what the ALT is for on this one, to be quite honest, because the altitude is actually over here. And you set your vertical speed right here. There's one or two buttons over here also that don't actually work. They don't do anything. Same with the engineer's panel. There's stuff on there where the buttons don't actually work either. Alright, slow down because you know this guy's going to slow down. Not fun having you in front of us, buddy. Come on, guy. I mean, I understand you turn slow on turns, but my God. Especially when it takes us this hard to get going. I really don't understand why it's taking thrust like this to get moving. Very odd. It makes me think something is incredibly wrong. But all three engines are going. We got no parking brake on or anything. And we shouldn't be that heavy. Alright, runway 12. Alright. We can turn the flight director sync on. I won't mess with anything else until we actually get in the air. We can have that on. Come on, plane. I'm really not enjoying the jaggedness. Very odd. I was really excited to get this plane. The more I fly, I'm not sure how much I really like the plane, to be quite honest. There's some real oddities about it. I think they could have done a better job, but it's just flight, which I'm not sure. I don't know. Some of their planes I kind of like, but sometimes it's kind of not so good. Parking brake off. I'm gonna watch this guy take off. Taxi into position. Alright. Position. Actually, I think it was the position that was supposed to be on. The strobe is off. I'll have to check that in just a second. Like I said, some of them say on when you click them on. Some of them, when you click them, they say off. Why they don't all are just the same, I don't know. It seems like stupid, but whatever. Close so I can actually read it. So the position is off. Now it's on. The strobe is now on. Anti-collision is on. Alright. Alright. And because I turned the parking brake on, it disarms the anti-skid. Alright, brakes are in RTO. Alright. So I'm going to hold in on the throttle. Or, sorry, hold on the brakes while we advance the throttles. Let's see if she can take off. Usually need a fair amount of runway to get this plane up in the air from what I've experienced.
Knots.
Oh, she's accelerating a lot better than usually, but you could see how the nose was already coming up. Alright, 140. Now she wants to get up now.
V1. Rotate.
See, it can't be exact. I don't know. Alright, positive rate. Gear up. Oh, jeez. She doesn't like to go straight, I've noticed, either. I have a real hard time keeping her straight.
Flaps 4.
Alright, we'll hit the auto throttles. Vertical speed, so let's set to 1600. Altitude here. And we'll hit nav. Move this up as well to about 240. I'm going to turn our vertical speed down because we're getting a little slow. We need to pick up some more speed badly. I shouldn't have hit that vertical speed like that. Put this at 245. Alright. Now we're picking up some better speed. I'm going to turn this taxi light off. Nose wheel off.
Flaps up.
Alright, pick up a little speed. We gotta get over these mountains, obviously. But we gotta get our speed. Now we're doing better. We're up to 1,000. Yeah, vertical speed, I'm not sure what the altitude, or alt is. I'm not sure exactly, but indicated airspeed, you can switch over to Mach, then you've got your heading right there. Alright, let's hit our vertical speed up a little more. There's 1,200. We'll go up to 1,400. There's a really odd thing as well. Let me just look outside real quick. You see the scenery. I think now it'll be a little less jagged. Can't really see that much now. there's something really odd over here. When you hit 10,000 feet, this thing starts going off. Let me just... I can remember exactly what it is. Which one are you? It has to do with our altitude. Dang it, where is it? All of a sudden can't remember where it is. There's the APU over here on the start. Unreal, now I can't all of a sudden find it. Which sucks because I'm sure the alarm's gonna go off. I'm almost positive this is the plane that I usually use. Here we go. Cabin pressure control. Hear that thing going off? No, I think that was actually right, actually. 2992. There's a button you can hit that'll shut this up. If I can remember where it is. Oh, I gotta remember how to shut it up. And see, they don't tell you what to do exactly. Oh, you stupid thing. There we go, horn cut out. I have no idea why it does that. Alright. Because they don't really tell you exactly how to set that up. What to do. Past 10,000, that goes out. You can also, the progress page does work. But anyway, we're going up to 35,000 feet. Hopefully it won't be too long. Let's see, we don't have that much further to go. Bozeman still got what? Still kind of a way to go. Alright, so I'll go ahead and speed it up here, and we'll be back in just a bit. Alright, everybody. I'm bringing it back early. We just lost our engines. I don't know what in the world's going on. Our engines just literally shut off. Unreal. We obviously have fuel. At least a couple of tanks. Oh, jeez. This is not what we need right now. Oh, please get restarted. We should have put more fuel in just so that doesn't happen. I didn't know that until now. I mean, we have fuel in these. I don't know why we're having such a problem. We have fuel going to them. Ah, jeez. I don't know how to start them in the air either. I wouldn't know the first thing. Oh, jeez. Please start. It's like the engine 1 wants to start, but it acts like it's not getting fuel. You can hear it spooling now. Why the problem? Please start. You can hear the grumble like it wants to start. This is like the Boeing 707. I had a problem with that. And at 15 miles, we do it 7,900 feet. So I've got it set to 8,000. I couldn't set it to, there goes the 79. So we like really need this to start. Oh my god. What in the world, man? I don't understand why the 2 tanks go out. Okay, so why do we not have fuel? Let's try this. I have no idea. Like, all the pumps are now open. What's going on? That's right, I don't have the engineer's panel over there. Because we're about to fall out of the sky. Come on, start up. Although we don't need these pumps. I'll leave them on just in case. But we don't need those pumps. They're empty. Alright. Do we have 2 engines going? Two of them are going. Have we averted our crisis? Alright, 2 of them are going. Question is, will number 3 keep going? Let's see. Come on, we need engine 3 to come up as well. Engine 3, please. Please start. Here it's coming up. Alright. So we're 27 miles away. We actually need to be at 7,900 feet at that area. So let's actually climb back up to 7,900 feet. Oh my goodness, that could have been disastrous. I'm totally confused by fuel tanks and all that. I have no idea why, but it seems like I probably shouldn't be, but I am. By the way, we're below 10,000 feet. Let's put that on. Jeez. Alright, so she'll level out at 7,900 feet. See if I can put it at 250. Alright, now it's moving at 1 again. Alright, wow. So we have an error down here. I know the ECS is one. What's the other one? Slat deployed. Really?
Flaps up.
I don't know why the slats would be deployed. I disagree with slats being deployed. That slats are deployed. Alright. Let's check this out again. 24 miles away. And that has this. It says we can't find you at all. There. That's why. Because we actually took a different route. This is just Bozeman, Bozeman straight to Sioux Falls. We don't do go that way because we don't go straight there. We use the SID and everything, so that's why. And if you wanted to use the GPS, you just switch that over to GPS, but remember to leave that nav on there. Right, we can start getting set up. ILS frequency is 109.9. Does this change? No, that's right. You have to use both. 109.9. Let's change it over here as well. 109.9. Don't want to mess with the heading just yet. It will be 031, so I'll set the course up to 031. Let's get this one changed. Whoops. We're flying past it. 031. And what I've been doing is setting it up like this: procedures, select approach, just to see exactly where we are. Like this, we are landing on runway 3, yeah. Rocky. It's a little hard to see. But we are, you can see, making our slight right-handed turn over towards that area. Like I say, it doesn't take you straight doesn't take you to the airport. Some of them it actually does take you to the airport. Like I know I was doing Charlotte and it was taking me to CLT, which is right over the airport. So it doesn't really set you up for the approach like a lot of the other planes do when you use the FMC and you put in all your waypoints. It doesn't do that in this plane. Be kind of interesting. I actually want to go ahead and what happens if we activate that approach. So I wonder if this one will take us almost straight. Now 03 is going this way, so seems like we should be over here. So we might have to use the heading and change ourselves. Now, what happens if we don't use that? Although, I don't know because... Alright, so it will take you right here and then straight on in? Perhaps? Of course, we'll have to use the heading and everything to get ourselves going in. But so I don't know why it wants to take us way over here and then back, so I'm actually going to go ahead and... switch over to our heading instead of nav. Let's drop ourselves. See, it says 3,400 feet. I thought it said that the airport was like 4,000 feet, so I'm kind of confused. See, we're not that high up. Let's go for 6,000 feet. And we'll slow ourselves down. Let's go for like 200 knots. All right. Oh, it sounds silent, doesn't it? Go ahead and arm the spoilers. We should have already armed our auto brakes. I'm going to put those... I don't know if you can use the... no anti-skid. So I'll put that in medium. Hopefully that's enough. Don't know with us. Especially in this plane. I have not landed this plane. Just so you know. Yeah, see, like... This one wanted to take us way over here and then back to Rocky, which makes no sense. Especially the way you want to come in. You want to come in from over here, but it's actually kind of bringing it over there, for instance. Or not for instance, but for example. Alright, so we are at 200 knots. Man, it sounds just silent, like the engines are just still completely cut off. Here they come back up. Now we start to level out. I'm kind of confused now at our landing altitude. I guess I could click the map and check it out, but like we're at 6,000 feet and I can't tell. It's obvious not at 4,000 feet because we feel more than 2,000 feet up. Alright, we actually just got it right here. That just came up. Actually speed up a little bit, but I don't know. Kind of like going slow a little bit. We could, however, speed it up this way. I was scared about using 2x and 4x because one of the times I did it, all of a sudden our speed went straight up, and it said that we were going almost the speed of sound. I think it was actually over the speed of sound. And it took forever, and then all of a sudden it came back when we finally got slowed way down. I don't know that we were actually going that fast, but it's tried to say that we were. Well, I'm just all around nervous with this plane because I don't have much experience with it. And I don't know. I'm not real confident in my ability to land this thing, because I haven't showed an ability yet to land this thing. Alright, you see that just came down. I think that is the ILS, is it not? I could have been wrong. We'll see if that moves. Yeah, see, it's coming down. I'm gonna let it go down to 5,000 feet. Now, we will be a little bit further away than we are from the airport than we are right now, but still. Slow this to 190. I'm gonna go ahead and... Whoa. Our landing speed is gonna be around 150, apparently.
Flaps 4.
Alright, we want to slow this down because we need to start making our turn. I go to 4,400, sorry. We're probably late on our turn. Although I don't know about the range on this thing. Zero to 3-1. I don't know, we might have been right on it, actually. Alright, so I think we're a little low, but we'll keep it here. See right there? So I like to be around 3,000 feet above ground right here, but a little confused about what the altitude is on this thing. We can get rid of that. We can try for the localizer. We're almost dead on course. We actually might have turned a little early. Just hit the localizer. See if we can't get the approach hold. We were probably a little too far out to actually use that. But as you can see, it is moving us. Let's move this down to 180.
Flaps 10.
Right here's our runway. By the way,
2,500.
Oh geez, I'm nervous. I have not successfully landed this plane.
Flaps 18.
Gear down.
Gear down.
Seems like we're coming in a little too fast.
Flaps 22. Gear down and locked.
Alright, set at 155. Oh jeez. I'm worried.
Flaps 33.
Alright, flaps 33 is how we're going to land. I think you do have more flaps, but I think 30...
Flaps 42.
Alright, 42 maybe. We'll go with that. I knew we had one more, but I wasn't sure if you're supposed to use 42 or stay at 33. Here we go. I do not feel good. Like I say, I've attempted 2 landings. Well, really only did one, and I crashed it because I didn't know the landing speed. So I got too slow, and I was going up and down with the throttle, and eventually just crashed just short of the runway because I did not have the correct speed. Oh, jeez. I'm nervous. If I hadn't already said that a million times. FSX is being jagged. I'm not sure if it's the plane or if it's FSX this time. Come on, girl. Man, I thought it was 4,400 feet. It is obviously not.
500.
Alright. I'm about ready to kill the auto throttle. Or
400.
autopilot, I should say.
300. Minimums. Minimums.
Looks like we're a little off to the left.
200. 100.
Coming back off the throttles.
50. 40. 30. 20.
Oh,
10.
we're gonna hit hard. Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez. I don't know what the heck just happened as well. I don't know. The engines like sound like they just shut off. All right. Very odd. Yeah, that was a bad landing. If you heard the engines spool up right before, that's because when I clicked off the... Hold on 1 second. Alright. Let me hit ground. When I took off the vertical speed, or I'm sorry, the auto throttles, when I was controlling it, when I came back, my throttles were already in the position above. So as I moved it, the engine actually spooled up and we got a little high. And then I cut the throttles way too soon. That was my bad. So we're already behind on in the damage department. Get all this off. Alright, get the progressive taxi. Yeah, it's behind us, isn't it? But it comes down this way. Sorry, I have to keep muting my mic, man. I'm coughing like crazy for some reason. Let's start up the APU. Master power on and start. That's all it takes. Alright. Let's get rid of the flaps.
Flaps up. Flaps up. Flaps
Now,
up.
this
Flaps
thing's
up.
in full power and we're not moving. I'm not sure why. Like, come on now. Like, we're stuck on the runway. Did we flatten our tires or something? That would be why. Oh, that's awesome. We have ruined our plane. I broke the landing gear. Awesome. I think that is actually the first time we've ever done that. Alright, well in that case, let's just shut it down right here on the runway. It said moderate damage, and we broke the landing gear. Okay, why does it sound like the engines are still running if... Yeah, I don't know. I broke the
Flaps
plane.
up.
More than I
Flaps up.
thought. Awesome. Well, that is a first. It was a horrible landing. I didn't know it was that bad. Although we did it bad. No wonder. Let me get this. Like, I couldn't tell. Like, when we were... actually, it had already hit. I thought it felt a little weird. Like we were pitched up or something was just odd. But I thought maybe it was a new plane. I'm up high. I don't know. Anyway, let's just turn off the APU as well. Does it still sound like it's running? Yeah, that's very odd. Well, let's go ahead and move over to Air Hauler and we'll see what happened. This is kind of odd. Alright, well it says we only did 10% damage. That's going to be a lot though. We're going to lose money on this plane. I have yet to successfully... That's our most successful attempt at landing that I've had. The other one I crashed short of the runway and destroyed it. Yes, we want to stop. But the last two times are... Well, I guess it's actually the third time I made it towards the airport. Another one I was trying, it was like my very short flight, and I was taking it from Denver to Seattle, just testing it out. Things didn't go that well then either. But worse than this. Alright, so it's 90. Let's see, repair how many millions that's going to cost. 2.5. Man, my throat, I'm coughing like crazy all of a sudden. Not flight log, let's check finance, see exactly how much we made. I don't know, maybe we can make some money with this plane, depending on what kind of flights we get. I mean, like, we made 320, you do that 10 more times without damage, and we've made some money. I can't remember exactly where we are, if we're close to Sioux Falls, but I can't remember. Is that close to Bismarck? I cannot remember. I think we're out further from there. There we are. So I don't even know where we're going to go from here. I'm not sure if there's any really big airports that we can go to get jobs. It might be best to go back or go up to Bismarck. Not sure if there's any airports around here with long runways. There's one. Well, 6.5. That's probably just barely long, but I don't have enough time. 13 hours for me in real life to get over there and then do everything. Although, man, it pays so much. I don't know that we're going to be able to have anything. So we'll have to look around. Maybe, like I say, probably going to go to Bismarck. It's one of our bases and all that, so. Alright, well, that's going to be it for this episode. I hope you enjoyed it. Hopefully we'll get better. Like I say, I've only flown this thing a few times, and that was actually the most successful. But it'll be interesting to see what the hell happened. Because the landing gear were downlocked, we must have beat the hell out of them. We came down real hard. I was stupid on my part. I cut the throttles way too soon. I did that because we came up from when the engine spooled up when I moved my throttles, but you know what happens. So I hope you enjoyed it. I'll see you on the next flight.
300 minimums. 200. 100. 50, 40, 30, 20, 10.